everyone, and welcome to HippyFitMom, the blog for every woman. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of HippyFitMom the Skinny. I'm so excited because today I have with me Christy Stucker of MotherStucker.com. We have a great show for you today. We are talking pageants, motherhood, inspiration, and motivation. So let's get into it. Hi, Christy. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. Can you introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Absolutely. I'm Christy Stucker, otherwise known as the Mother Stucker, and I have the Mother Stucker blog, and honestly just talk about all things that are family-oriented, mom-oriented, and try to have as much fun with it as possible. And I was fortunate enough to meet this gorgeous gal, Miss Amber, at Blogging Conference 2013.
Now, besides being your own brand with MotherStucker.com, you were also Mrs. Kentucky America 2009 and Mrs. Globe 2005. So what has competing in pageants taught you about yourself and in life?
To be honest, I would not consider myself a pageant girl. I actually didn't compete growing up. I didn't compete as a teenager or as a miss. I entered my first pageant when my oldest daughter was about 2 years old. Wow. And it came from a place of wanting to be fit, and it really, to me, was the biggest motivating factor that I could possibly think of. So it has taught me to really trust myself. It's also taught me that pageants, just like the rest of the world, are interesting in the fact that you meet some very nice people and some not so nice people. And it's just made me really confident, and also to really appreciate what other people have to offer, because everybody's so different and there's so many positive qualities.
Now, you have so many things going on with you, and one awesome thing that I read is that you are a spokeswoman for Beloved Charity. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, and it's, once again, probably one of these very unexpected aspects of my life. Beloved is a charity for women who have been affected by the sex industry. And by that I mean that their lives have been touched in some way. Perhaps they were a dancer previously or involved in video production. And those are, of course, personal choices that individuals make. However, Beloved really is an organization that reaches out to women who are interested in making a change for their life, to let them know that there is a place for them to contribute for their families and do the work that they want to do instead of the work they feel like they have to do. So it's really an outreach program to help those women who've been affected by the sex industry, which leads to the huge problem of human trafficking that we have, not just in the US, but worldwide.
Yeah, awesome. Now, I follow you, and one thing I noticed about you is your incredible sense of style. What is your fashion sense? What inspires you when you come up with your fashions?
It's interesting because in my head, I'm about 5'2", but in reality, I'm about 5'10". So I always feel like I have a struggle because I see these awesome outfits and things that would look absolutely perfect on someone who is petite and gorgeous and beautiful, but I am gigantic. So I'm always challenged by that. I try.
I mean, you look great. I mean,
Thank you. It's, as women, I feel like we constantly need to be thinking about, evolving our image and really, keeping things modern and up to date. So I look to, of course, celebrity magazines to see what is in fashion. Not that it's necessarily going to work for me. I also try to keep the fact that I am a mom in mind because I don't want to embarrass my kiddos or my so I think that it's just something that it's always been a passion. I went to school for merchandising, so I've obviously always loved it. It'll probably always be a huge factor in my life, and I think it's a way that you can really express yourself.
Now, prior to this interview, I asked you, why do you do what you do? And you said, I don't feel like I have a choice. This is what I have to do. This is what I want to do for myself and my family. I can only be the best version of myself and enjoy pushing the envelope. I love that. Can you explain what you mean by being the best version of yourself? What does that mean for you exactly?
The best version. I think that every single person, every single day when you wake up, you really have the option and you are the person making the determination on how your day will go. So of course there are outside influences, weather or other people's attitudes or things that must be done that day, but the way that you react to them is really how your day is going to go. So when I say I try to be the best version of myself, I'm not always successful in that, meaning that although I try my best and try to have the best attitude, sometimes I am a very nasty version of Christy, a very nasty mother stucker, if you will. But I feel like that is up to me, and at any moment I have the power to change that. I have the power to see it in a different way or make different choices to make that better. So that's exactly what I mean by being the best version of myself, and that plays into what I eat every day, it plays into my activity level. I need to make those choices so that I can be the best Christy I can be.
So I have one last question before we go. Who inspires you?
More than anyone, my grandmother inspires me, and in my family it seems as though, at least the women in my family, we tend to hang around forever. I say that because my grandmother's mother, my great-grandma, honestly just died late in 2013, and she was well into her 90s. So my grandma just celebrated her 80th birthday, and when I think about how long she's been here and the things that have happened in her life, I joke around with her that when she was little, there weren't even plastic bags. So to think about things that she has seen in her life and experienced in her life, and the way that she has cared for me and really been the person who, no matter what happens, her love doesn't waver, and she's just very unconditional in the way that she treats me and other people. So she's the person I look up to, and I try to be that for my own children, and I guess possibly someday my own grandchildren.
So if others want to continue the conversation with you, where can they find or contact you?
All over social media, as you are. They can follow me on my blog, and that is www.motherstucker.com. And I'm also on Twitter at Christy Stucker. I'm on Facebook under Christy Stucker and the Mother Stucker. We can talk about Pinterest and Instagram. They can definitely find me. I'm all over it.
Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of HippyFitMom the Skinny, where we're obtaining insights and starting great conversations. And thank you, Christy, for taking the time to speak with me today. As always, I really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to listen live to the Hip Spot with me every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. The link is below this video. And follow Christy because her style is off the charts for sure. I love seeing what she has on. And if you would like to be part of the conversation, certainly leave your comments below. And until next time.
Thank you for having me, and best of luck in everything that you all take on for today.